Let's bring in Fox 11 news anchor here in Los Angeles, Alex Michelson, JL Partners Polls Director Scarlett McGuire, and District Media Group President Beverly Hallberg. Thank you all for coming on. We appreciate it. Here is some criticism, Beverly Hallberg, of Bret's interview, and we'll let you comment. Watch.
I was watching in real time, and I was quite repulsed by Bret Baier. I had always liked him, always thought he was a straight shooter, and the attack mode from the beginning was quite stunning.
There was nothing fair and balanced about what we saw play out yesterday over their airwaves.
She didn't take any of the sort of foxiness rhetoric that came from Baier, and she was able to make her points despite every effort to undermine her and talk over her.
I mean, Beverly, the interview was exceptional, and the media knows it.
Yeah, just looking at the fact that there are these claims that it was unfair, that it was biased, it shows that these individuals clearly haven't looked at Bret's record. And the fact that even last year he did a combative interview with Donald Trump. And even Donald Trump last month said if there was a presidential debate on Fox News, he wouldn't want Bret Baier to be part of it. So I think this points out not only that the media has no record of the journalistic standards that Bret Baier has, but also there's been journalistic malpractice when they haven't been asking these tough questions all along.
It's silly. Bret was accused of rudely interrupting Kamala Harris. I want you to watch J.D. Vance on CNN.
We condemn all violence.
Senator, this happened after you and President Trump were on the debate stage, said that cats and dogs were being eaten.
You asked a question, Dana, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it.
He couldn't get 4 words in, Scarlett.
No, he couldn't. There was certainly a lot of interrupting there as well. I mean, I think what Bret was trying to do was to get some policy answers out of Kamala Harris, and that's exactly what voters want too. It's all very well saying you're going to be changed from the Biden administration. Voters want that. They think Biden's policies hurt them more than they help them. But it's not enough to say you're going to be changed. You have to tell people how.
Yeah. And Alex Michelson, I mean, we do interviews all the time. It's part of the job. The question becomes, listen, you have to let people speak, but you also cannot let them filibuster. Fair?
Right, because the challenge is if they're not answering the question and they're just trying to run out the clock, then that's bad for everybody. But you think about this. What a win for Kamala Harris to get 8 million viewers. What a win for Bret Baier to be able to push back. What a win for the American people to see a real exchange. This sort of thing is good for everybody. It'd be good if Trump did an interview like this. And so as an interviewer, though, there is value. Clearly, there's a hunger for this sort of exchange because we don't see it very much anymore.
No, we really don't. Meantime, The Hill writes the following, quoting here, Kamala Harris Fox News interview disaster shows how the media set her up to fail. Reporters hadn't bothered until this interview to ask her the most glaringly obvious question of 2024. This is why she seemed so completely blindsided when Baier asked about the role she played in the sweeping years-long conspiracy to hide President Biden's declining mental fitness from the public. I mean, Beverly, she was kind of caught off guard because she didn't really know where to go with it.
It really was quite shocking how ill-prepared she was for these very obvious questions. It was that question. It was also the question about if she's a change candidate, how can she claim that when she's been in office for 3.5 years? It points out the fact that she hasn't been challenged. This is the first time. And it really, again, shows the journalistic malpractice that we have by our news media.
Scarlett, the New York Times called it aggressive. You agree?
No, I don't think it was aggressive. I think it was a lively debate. I think it was a lively interview, but I don't think it was aggressive. I think he was just trying to pin her down for some answers on the things that voters really care about, which are the economy and the border.
Alex Michelson, somebody doesn't answer a question. What's the tactic? What do? They keep repeatedly not answering your question. You have to re-ask it, or what do?
You have to ask it again and ask it again. At some point, maybe on question 2 or 3, they don't answer it. Maybe you move on and point out the fact that they didn't answer the question. But that's part of the point. People need to see that the candidate doesn't want to answer the question, and they shouldn't be able to just filibuster and get away with that.
Yeah. Alex Michelson, Scarlett, and Beverly, thank you all for coming on. We appreciate it. Well, coming up, pollster Frank